So this is LV angiogram in LAO cranial view, LAO 60 and cranial 20. Axis being femoral artery, right femoral artery. We can see pigtail catheter inside the LV. Catheter course is from RFA to arch to ascending aorta to left ventricle. We are taking injection. Injections were given at 30 ml, 28 ml per second at 1200 psi. It opacifies the whole of the left ventricle. How I am saying this is left ventricle? As that you can see, the trabeculations are not coarse and the interventricular septum is smooth. Then this is the margin of the VSD, LV end, and here we can see the RV end of the VSD. So this is basically a case of ventricular septal rupture post MI. He had MI 6 months back, now presented with dyspnea on exertion class 2.
Can you show the interventricular septum? Again, freeze at that point. Fine. And from there the
VSD is coming.
So VSD position can be judged from this.
So in this it is very difficult, but in echo it was coming somewhere near the LV apex. So it was coming down and going towards RV.
Okay, fine.
So same injection in different view. This is a LAO 90 view. We can see the VSD, LV side of the VSD margin being more clear. That jet is going and hitting the RV base and opacifying the RV as well as PA. We can see the PA here.
Show the PA once more.
This is PA.
This is PA. Behind the aorta.
Yes. Start. So as expected, this crossing was little difficult because the tunnel was serpentinous inside the interventricular septum. So I had crossed with a J-tip 032 Termo wire. Now you can see my wire is already in PA. So the catheter course being, this catheter is coming from the aorta to the arch to ascending aorta to LV through VSD. Now I am going to RV, PA, and then that is LPA. So next step is this, I am snaring the wire from LPA to across the IVC to our right femoral vein. I wanted to make a arteriovenous loop, but while making I realized, I'll show you next frame. I'm snaring.
But no, again you tell us the path of the wire.
So this is the femoral artery. My catheter is going across the arch into LV. As I have shown in the previous angio, I had crossed the VSD already and my wire was parked into LPA. Now the same wire I am snaring across IVC. I wanted to take it out through the femoral vein to form an arteriovenous loop because I wanted to deploy the device from the venous end.
So the same wire, how long the wire was?
260.
So the same wire that you have put through the femoral artery,
yes, sir.
You have taken it into the arch of aorta, then ascending aorta, then LV, then from there it went into the RV, then PA, then LPA, and then
I have snared the wire. That
Okay.
same wire I have snared and taken it out from the right femoral vein.
Okay.
Okay, so but while snaring and making a loop, I realized that loop was not good enough for me to push a sheath across, so I had to change the plan. Then the same wire I snared through the RIJV. So this is the loop now, snared wire across from the RIJV. So catheter course is again from the arch to LV across VSD. Now you can see this
Course
catheter is not straight, means the VSD you can imagine is very tortuous. From here it is going to RV, then to RA, then SVC, then here from RHA.
So you were not able to take it out from the femoral vein, hence you attempted the internal jugular vein.
I could take it out, but the loop was not good enough with my experience. I thought the pushing sheath would be very difficult.
Would be very difficult. So again you punctured the right internal jugular vein.
Yeah.
And from there you have taken out the previous wire through that side.
No, I didn't puncture again. I had the plans of using both sides. So the access were taken before the case was started.
So now you are planning to put the sheath from the right internal jugular veins. Okay.
This is a 10 French Life Tech delivery braided sheath. I'm trying to do a railroad technique.
So now the sheath is passing through the VSD.
Yeah, it was little difficult for me.
What was the size of the VSD?
So size of the VSD at the LV end was 22 mm and at the RV end it was restrictive, but it was coming 6 to 7 mm at least.
Okay.
So this I am taking the sheath. Sheath is going. Next frame sheath has already gone. This is, sheath is there into the LV now. You see the now how big is the VSD.
And now, you are doing the LV angio now.
LV angio now to just before the device, taking the device, I wanted to be sure where I should deploy my device.
Okay, so now the tip of the sheath is in the LV.
LV, yeah. So this I had taken the device. So it's a Life Tech muscular device, 8 mm. So I have started my deployment. First disc. So I'm in this. I had to stand at the head end. It is quite challenging to do. So this I am doing from the head end. I am trying to deploy the first disc. I am using peeling and pushing both technique together. Now the first disc is deployed. I am trying to pull device till I get certain amount of resistance or at the previous landmark. So I am peeling. Now the second disc has been deployed. Now the third disc has been deployed. So but as you can see in the injection, I was not very happy with my position as the device was moving quite much. So I had taken the injection, though it has stopped the flow, but somehow the position I thought that I could pull it little more. In echo also this.
Pull little more means pull it into more into towards the RV side.
Yeah, because the disc was in the VSD. Both the disc is at this disc is at the LV side of the VSD. This is RV side of the VSD. But I wanted to keep this disc
both discs
in the RV, not the RV side of the VSD.
No, this device has how many discs? 3 discs.
So this device has 2 discs and 1 central waist.
One central waist. So your position for the, again show the device. In this it is visible. Yeah. Cursor से show करो.
Just a minute, sir. I'll just see what was the. So something about the device which I had taken. This is a Life Tech muscular device. It will have 2 discs. The waist diameter of the device is 8 mm. Length of the device is 7 mm and the retention disc will be 14 each side. If you measure the interventricular thickness of this person, it was coming 10 to 12. So if you try to deploy a 7 mm long device into a 10 mm septum, and you at the same time, if you want to make sure that device should not embolize, you have to try to make it pull it, or I must say that you have to pull the device as much as possible into the RV end of the VSD.
Okay, if the device, the length of the device is smaller than the
then it
thickness
means
of the
then
VSD.
you cannot deploy both discs. Generally, ideal would be 1 disc at the LV end, 1 disc at the RV end. But this device length is not sufficient, so you have to pull the device.
So you measure always interventricular septal thickness beforehand also, no?
Yeah. So now I am taking the device in this frame. I am taking the device in, and I am trying to pull the device little more back. and then I had deployed. Now I was happy with my deployment as the bobbing has reduced a bit, and as you can see the injection, now the device is at the RVM. In this case, if the device embolizes, it will, most of the time it will go to RV MPA, patient will not die.